Hey boys and girls, today we are going to talk about metric units of mass. So we have talked about mass when we've talked about science, and so this is how much matter is in an object, and it's like the weight in customary units, okay? So the good thing with this is we've got two units that we use really with metric mass, and those are grams and kilograms. So a gram is going to be a very, very small amount, about as heavy as a dollar bill. And gram is written as just plain old G, lowercase g. If you've ever held a dollar bill or any type of bill of money, it doesn't weigh very much, does it? A kilogram, kg, is about as heavy as a giraffe. So much heavier than a dollar. So a kilogram is 1,000 grams. All right, so those are our only two units that we've got to use for this. So very easy to go along with. So let's talk about what would make sense to measure with these units. So let's think of your cup of water. What would you use to measure a cup of water? You would probably use grams. But if you were measuring the weight of your parents' car, you're going to do kilograms. All right. So if we talk about converting a little bit, if I have 35 kilograms, how many grams is that going to be? Well, I know there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so 35 times 1,000 is going to be 35,000 grams. Okay. What if I have 420 grams and I want to know how many kilograms that is? So this time we're going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, so I know I'm going to divide, and I know that there's 1,000 grams, in a kilogram, so I know I don't even have one because I have to have 1,000. I only have 420. So I know my answer is going to be less than 1. Again, I'm going to know there's always a decimal at the end of this number. We're not changing the value by putting it there. And if I'm going from smaller to bigger, I know I'm dividing. If I divide by 1,000, I know that I can just move my decimal 3 times, because that's like dividing by 10, 100, 1,000. So my answer is going to be 420 thousandths, because it's not quite 1 yet. All right. What if I have 4.7 kilograms and I want to change that to grams? So I've got a decimal here in this number, 4 7/10, and I want to know how many grams that is. Again, I know there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So if I'm going bigger to smaller, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. And yes, you could write 4.7 times 1,000 and work it out like that. Or what we know about numbers, we know that if we move our decimal once, that's like multiplying by 10, twice, 3 times. Since I've moved my decimal here, I've got to add those zeros as placeholders, and my answer would be 4,700 grams are in 4 7/10 kilograms, because I had to multiply that by 1,000, which makes sense because 4 times 1,000 is 4,000, and this is a little bit larger than that. So that is mostly what we're talking about for metric mass, only those two units, and just be careful as we are converting those.